What up? What up? Let's go over our SMCI trade from last week. This is this 1 day chart. Obviously, SMCI has been in a massive uptrend after consolidating for since Christ was born. We got over this 122 and it's just off to the races. It's funny how we got this gap down on the earnings last August, but bulls just came in and never let it get below 220. Once we got over the earnings gap down, look how massive that was. So that's what we're looking at other tickers too, like Tesla, right? That earnings gap down. If it can get over that, we're going to have a tremendous run up. The earnings as an SMCI wasn't until weeks after it went over this last earnings gap. So something to think about. Earnings gaps are huge. And when it happens before actual earnings, right, when it fills and gets over it, that's something that you definitely have on your radar. So this is 2024 right here, and SMCI has gone from 273 to 1,000. If you want to know what the entire market cap of Tesla looks like, this is what it looks like. That's the entire market cap of Tesla. Oops, I didn't click. So 260 to 1,000, and however many shares SMCI has in their float, in their market cap rather, that is the entire market cap of Tesla. So everywhere they were saying SMCI has gone up an entire Tesla market cap, which is pretty insane. Screams bubble. The RSI, the relative strength index on this chart was like 98. I don't think it got to 99. I don't think it's ever happened on any stock. If it did, I'm wrong. And then when a stock is selling off and it's like being delisted and there's scandals, like when Silicon Valley Bank was delisted, that RSI went to 3. Okay, so the opposite of 3 would be like 97. And this RSI was like 97, 98. Leading into Friday, which, as I mentioned, had very cheap options for puts. So it was very ripe to get into puts here. This is Friday. Let's go to the last Friday right here. So it could have sold off this Friday, but it didn't. I don't know why, but in a week it went from 730 to 1,000. So that's pretty insane. We have gap with right Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It was just getting really insane with the gap ups. Now on Friday, how many billions were lost? Who knows? But let's look at the lower time frames, as we already had this on watch for a ripe sell-off, a little micro crash. We gapped up overnight. We were looking at 1075 on Robinhood in the early morning. Webull in the stock market pre-market opens at 1 a.m. Pacific. That's why I don't trade pennies, because I don't want to trade from 1 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, so 5 p.m. The only time the market is closed here is 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. And if you trade pennies, they can move at any time. So F that. There's a few different trend lines. This one here, which we played later in the day, but let's talk about the one we played earlier in the day. We have this right there. I'm going to leave that and I'm going to go to a lower time frame. Okay, so obviously we can see how on this 15-minute chart this trend line was being rejected, and this trend line, if you extend it, you see it was rejected on Thursday, Wednesday, gapped above Thursday. So it's like this trend line is really important. And as soon as we began to lose, 990 and stuff, and even before that, as I get to the 5-minute, I'll show you. We had 2 candles, okay, with pre-market. Let me turn on the extended hours. There we go. There's extended hours. So let's just mark our extended hours. Let's do it here because I don't care about one bar. I care about where it hits multiple times. And then our pre-market low or after hours low would be here. But you really want to mark, if you're looking at pre-market, where price stayed flat for a long time. Okay, and this is important because it never got above, and then when pre-market opened, it never got below. So those are the levels we're watching, and price kind of respected it right here. So let's only look here at, this is kind of confusing. I need to change my colors. Go to my canvas. Let's make pre and post market very, we'll do like a gray and a white. How about that? I gotta make it way more. Yeah. Okay, so the lighter colors are pre-market. The darker is regular hours, okay? So I'm watching these levels and I'm watching, like I just said before, I want to see some weakness. We lose this level here, all right? And you could draw a rising wedge if you really wanted to on the opening levels. Okay, see that rising wedge? Let me zoom in so it's like really obvious. So we start to make this, and when you're looking in real time, you really see that pre-market area reject. So we have a tweezer top on pre-market. I'm already looking short. At 6:55 a.m. is when I was like, I'm in. Because what I wanted to see is this. I wanted to see lose pre-market levels. I don't care where it drops to, but then we come here and reject it. This is what I want to see, is that retest. There's no way in hell I'm getting in short on a stock that can move $150 a day unless I get confirmation. If I would have gone in here, clearly I would have had bigger gains, but it just ran for all of 2024. It's February 20th, right? 6 weeks of people trying to catch this top and missing it. I'm not trying to make that be me, okay? So we got in here. We rejected 6:55 a.m. or 6:50 is when my first alert was. This is the 6:45. This is 6:50. We're losing this trend line, as I showed you. And then we got it. I added more here. So it was more of a scalp for the second, but I was in big. And then let's just take a look at the day. I drew a big bear flag here, and I was like, guys, we're just bear flagging like crazy. And there's no rounding bottom. There's no upside. Lower high, lower high. Let's mark these. Lower high. Lower high. It even made this lower high. It came here and it came above, and I was like, all right, let's see what happens. No, it barely lasted. No, that's not the one I wanted. So it first made this bear flag. God, I hate when that happens. First made this bear flag. Like that, kind of, right? It made this like rising channel and never got above. We never got above like this first spot it tried. Bulls tried, never got above. So we stayed below that all day. And the one we added later was like this one right here. Me and Major added another. There's a way to do a parallel channel. Yeah, it was like this. Okay. We played that, and some people played this. I don't know the time, 12:20. It might have been then. But what happened here was we had another little rising wedge that failed. Look, I gotta really make sure. Oops. This right here failed. So we were in that. Right when it broke down, let me add this instead of these stupid lines. This right here broke down. But then we have this that I was saying, guys, watch this. Like we never made any upside and it never really got above that. You really want to say like this. Yeah, obviously weak with lower highs. So, but we got in here and it's, yes, I saw this trend line, but it was more just about losing this pre-market level here. This pre-market and after hours level, we lost it. See how we, at the very beginning right there, we tweezered up. I was like, oh God, here we go, another day. But as soon as we lost that, the candle body starts to overcome the wick. It was like, go in, go in. So, and you know that it's going to be a flush because you had all those daily gaps. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Let me see to try to get some macro levels for this thing. Let's go to the daily, of course. Top-down analysis, multiple time frame analysis, MTFA, MTFA, multiple time frame analysis. Good Lord, look at this thing. Can't even like scroll on it. Okay, so let's try to find some daily levels just like I do on SPY with my blue levels. But it's not like SPY because liquidity is different. I mean, once it becomes a meme stock, you really have to throw a lot of technical analysis out the window. Hate to say it. So this is our last red candle. It stops at the top, right? So I'm going to be watching this. These are really close together. Yeah, I don't even want to mark that one. Sorry, I don't even want to mark this one because it's like a spinning top that got invalidated, so it's not important. Another one that, yeah, let's watch this. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour because the daily isn't helping. Okay, let's get rid of the extended hours. Oh God, I mean, it's just, I guess this. Um, I guess that, yeah. Really tough here, guys. The next spot I'm watching is this, though. This is the next spot I'm watching. 782. Under 782, we could have a 100-point flush down here. There is this here, but to me, this, I don't know. It's really getting tough. You really just gotta. I'm just glad we caught the move Friday because I don't know what's gonna happen. We could rocket freaking up to 11:20 tomorrow, so let me get rid of that. Let me go to the 2 hour, try to find some more insight. I'm not being a good analyst right now. Look at this. It's bear flagging on the 2 hour. Fat bear flag. Under 775, 780, 775. I think you're going to get at least 700. Because once the momentum comes in, look at how fast this one was taken out. I'm marking candles here that I'm saying are important, but look, wouldn't this candle be important right here? Let's mark it and see what happened the other day at this level that I would normally mark. Let's go to the 15-minute. Oh, crap, I don't know which level that was now. Let me mark this. Where's the color? There we go. Let me mark it black, and I'll do it a solid line so that we know what it is. When I zoom in, I don't know what it is. Okay, so okay, look at that. Lost it, retested it, and came down. Okay. So on that bigger time frame, it seems like it just sliced through, but we lost it. The very next candle actually lost, like retested. So yeah, you need to lose these and retest. Lose and retest. Is that a level? Yeah, that's a level, guys. Look at this. This bottom of that bear flag all day. Boom. Oh, now it's going to be the black level. Okay. I'm not going to mark that. I am going to mark this one, though. I mean, you want to replicate what happened Friday and be rich, but There's no telling. I think everybody's looking to short this now. Before, everybody's looking to long it. So the flush out came because I think it was unexpected. Everybody got into the trade then. But if we continue to take out these levels to the downside, there's no reason we can't go to 350. There really isn't. So, yeah, I would say most traders should probably just stay away from this ticker. But if you want to throw in $1,000 to something out of the money and say, hey, maybe we get a giant flush, and that $1,000 goes, 800%. Great, but I don't think it's going to happen until options become cheaper on the end of the week. Could this happen here? Yeah, it could. All right, that's SMCI. 15 minutes, way too long, but you know, that's how we do, baby. Wait, I'm trying to click this. Okay, starting soon. I got that. Ending soon, not working. My ending soon isn't working. Be right back is working. All right, my ending soon isn't working. Well, it's ending soon. Love you guys. Bye. Thanks.